Hello students, I am Dr. Tanmoy Bishwas. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecules. So today we are going to learn a part of NMR spectroscopy, better to say nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, that is equivalent or non-equivalent proton. Because this spectroscopic technique is very important to detect, better to say nucleus and its surrounding electronic environment. Generally, we say that this generally focus on proton and 13C, which is mainly used, but there are some other variation also. It's a vast topic, but I shall try to give you slowly in a phrase manner, such that lecture could not be so much difficult, so much big, so boring. Okay. So today's discussion mainly about this equivalent protons, means we will discuss about little bit about 1H NMR. Okay. So why this is important? Since it's a proton NMR, means it point out or distinguishes proton. So based on which criteria it distinguishes, or you may consider that after a reaction you get a NMR spectrum like that. This and some around that this. Okay. Sorry, I think I made mistake. So one is this and another is, actually my drawing is not good, but actually NMR spectrum, this message I want to give like this: you got NMR spectrum. Question is, how can you point out the molecule or figure out what molecule is? So what you are getting, actually two things you can get. One is splitting pattern, and another is area under the curve, which is equivalent to number of protons. This is, see, four signals. In this way it is called quadrant, and this is triplet, three signal. I'll count those things later. So this, now it is difficult for you. If it is, then it is very difficult to find out what molecule is. So before going to those spectra, it is always essential to know how many type of equivalent protons are there, because two type of signal indicates two types of proton. Okay, and another thing is position, which will come. Fine. So another thing I shall write position. Okay. So now let's focus on this molecule, CH3 CH2 Cl, or you may know it as ethyl chloride. Sorry. Okay. In this case, how many type of equivalent protons are there? Equivalent proton means equivalent under chemical as well as electronic environment. Means, better to say, equivalent electronic environment. So equivalent means under similar, or not similar, same, under same electronic environment. And this word encounters everything. Why? I will explain. Chemical means how chemical property are related to electronic environment, because actually chemical reaction is the exchange of electron. So electronic environment is actually responsible for the difference in the molecule. But actually in NMR spectroscopy we used to detect two things. One is nucleus and another is electronic environment. Now see, nucleus we can't change. We do not have Means we can't do anything about nucleus because it is the existence or nature of the atom itself, and generally it is very difficult to change atoms. That nuclear reaction that is different, but generally using chemical reaction not possible. So nucleus we can't, but we can change electronic environment, and electronic environment, that slight change in electronic environment could be pointed out this spectroscopy. Okay, see here 2 attached to this chlorine. So 2 types of proton, this environment, another, this is the 3. So here these 3 proton are equivalent, these 2 proton are equivalent. So what do I mean? Change on substitution, we can say that this is equivalent or not. Is it true always? Generally true, but some exceptional cases are there which I shall come at the end. Okay, fine. Now if I ask you, in this case of molecule, this is isopropyl chloride. Okay, isopropyl chloride. So how many equivalent protons are there? 1 equivalent proton. This, let's consider this is A and this is B, but both are same. Okay. Okay. By the way, from here also another interesting data you can get for this ratio of the proton 3:2, and actually I have tried to draw. Actually, drawing is not appropriate, but this is for the CH3. Okay, which is triplet because 2 plus 1, those things I'll come, and this is quadrat, this is actually CH2, and this is relatively high, you may consider around 3 or 3.5 because halogen is attached. Okay, so just a rough idea I wanted to provide you through this lecture. Now if I consider about this molecule, see one type this, another type this, another type this, but what is the expected ratio? 3:2:1. So from integration, I don't know whether 2 or 6 or 5, but ratio I can predict. For example, if you take 1, this is around 3, it will be 2. Ratio is fixed, or 1:1.5. In this case also 3:2:1. So this will help us to predict what is the equivalence proton. Okay. So this, now, is it always that much easy? The answer is no. So let me give you some other examples. Okay. Now see this 3 NMR spec, this 3 molecule. What is the difference in equivalence proton? If we think, see, you may consider that this molecule 2 types of proton possible. One is CH3 type and one is hydrogen, and similar. See, both sides same. So this is, so here 2 types of proton, ratio 3:1. Okay, so this is 3, this is 1. Fine. But if I say about this, is it? No. What type number 1? Let's consider A. This is type B. This is type C. Because see, this is not same. Both sides. You will not find symmetry. You can consider plane of symmetry. No, that's not that case. So in this case, this side hydrogen, bromine, this. And another thing, there are some coupling factors which I will come subsequently, but they are not same. In this case, what is the ratio of the protons? 3:1:1. Okay. Now, let's focus on this molecule. How many types of equivalent protons are there? Simply, you may think that, sir, one this, one this, one this type, one another type. Is it true actually? No. It is not true. Okay, what do I mean? This is 1, fine, means A, B, these 2 one type C, and these 2 one type G. Why I am saying this thing? Okay, so why I am saying this? See, if you consider this 3D arrangement on this molecule, see, this is above. So these 2 protons are above to this. Actually, what is the actual structure? If you look at this molecule properly, just I have written a little roughly. So if, okay, this is also difficult to understand. If this molecule in this plane, one proton is in this direction and another is in this direction, in this way. Not exactly vertical, but this way. Okay. So this having same interaction with this one type of proton, but the below one is not same, although they have attached to same. Just remember, when I have talked this, I said that these two protons are same. Okay, but in this case not, because here rotation is possible. I will come after some time about this example again. So this is actually, this is C, the environment is this. Bond is there but three-dimensional space. In this case this is methyl. So these and these are different. Okay, and in case of cyclic molecule there is a restriction of rotation. Okay, and another thing you may consider, one important terminology, these two protons, what is their name? Actually they are diastereotopic. Diastereotopic protons. Diastereotopic protons. Okay, because relation is diastereotic. Okay, now in this case what will be the ratio? 3, 1, 2, 2. You can write differently 3, 2, 2, 1. That is also, if you think that it is looking little good for your eyes, no problem. Generally we write in this. So we can write equivalent proton ratio is this. Fine. Now let's discuss little bit about such kind of molecules where little abnormal behavior will observe. Okay, let's come to these two examples about equivalency. See, this is an exceptional example, I will say. Fine. See, in this case what I told, these two proton equivalent, these three equivalent. But in this case, see, these two protons are not equivalent. Question why and how? Okay. See, their position is different, and actually in NMR spectrum, clear distinct peak comes. I haven't worked with this, I have worked with another molecule, I'll come after some time. Now, question why they are different, and because of electronic environment. Why? See, I have given this molecule in this way, so if I draw in this way, it looks like from this side, means I am looking this molecule from this side. Okay. So this is the CH3. Okay, fine. One side this is Cl, this is hydrogen. Fine. And in back side this is the Cl, and this is one hydrogen, and this is one hydrogen. Okay. Now you can consider. Now I guess it will be a little easier for you why this is different. See, these has a different interaction with this chlorine versus there is only hydrogen, although they are attached to same carbon. Okay, and another thing, this Cl, CH3. Now question, why not in case of this? Let's draw this molecule. If I draw this molecule, so I am looking at from this side. Okay, so these three are hydrogens, this, and in this case, so let's draw it in this way. Cl, sorry, not Cl. This is. Okay, I have drawn it based on this conformation, but you can change the conformation by rotation of this molecule. For example, you can rotate, this is 130 degrees, 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree. So what rotation, what it will result? Just front side will remain exactly same. Let's rotate the back side. Back means Cl, hydrogen. Now it will be perfectly clear why there is a difference. See, this hydrogen in between chlorine and CH3, this is in between chlorine and hydrogen. That's why the difference. Fine. Now just look at this molecule. Now see, you may consider that these two hydrogen is closer to chlorine versus this. So if I consider, so these three should not have been equivalent, but see, from the NMR analysis we observe that this is equivalent. Question 1. In this case, why this is different? In this case not. Because of CC rotation under experimental condition. This is very important. What do I mean by that statement? See, CC bond rotation is possible in both cases. Means in this case this CC bond, in this case this. We know that sp3 CC bond can rotate, but this rotation have some condition. because this if this rotational energy barrier is significantly high enough, then the molecule will not rotate under every condition. Okay, for example, that these molecule rotational barrier is very less. They can rotate. If I number it 1, 2 versus 3, this can rotate. How you compare this thing? For example, you can consider a ceiling fan. You can consider a ceiling fan in this way. So if you consider a ceiling fan, fine. Now when it's rotating, can you distinguish this blade number 1, 2 or 3? Not possible. But if you freeze the rotation, then it is possible. Okay. But still, that is in case of molecule, that has some difference. That whatever temperature you are reducing, if that temperature also this rotation is good, then you will not be able to see. Actually, that is happening for this. So this rotation you can't restrict. That's why you can't see this. Okay. But logically, if you go very low temperature, hypothetical, you may watch, but I do not have any information regarding that. So under normal condition, you can't. But in this case, why you can do this? Because the rotational barrier. Okay. So here CC rotation allowed, but we cannot distinguish. So this is a very good technique during experiment. What sometimes used to do, low temperature NMR or variable temperature NMR. Then there is a thing that if you go low temperature, you may find new peak or splitting pattern different, whereas high temperature that merges. So that is another sign of another way to detect this part. Now question, since it is a open chain molecule, then that's why we are talking. But instead of that, if we take a closed molecule, closed chain molecule, for example, this molecule, then see, these protons are not similar. The same concept. See here, just you may think that this one side is tied with something else. Okay, so one side is tied with something else. So then see, this is below. So this is, I should draw it in this way. This. So this is below, this different interaction, this different interaction. And I have done with this reaction, that is epoxide to cyclic carbonate preparation, and the final structure of the cyclic carbonate is this. So if anyone is interested to know more about this my research work thing, I have already uploaded a lecture about completion of my PhD. So you may visit there if you want to learn. No, but it is not needed for your study. But I am giving you answer. So this, similarly, this. So how could I have detected these molecules? For example, this gives spectrum below around 3. So here 3 signals are there from proton. This part I am not focusing. Let's consider X. So 3 distinguished proton, but in this case the spectra shifted to higher value, around 5. Okay, 4 to 5. So then also the nature of the spectrum remains same. Then why? See, this has an interaction with this. Means it's a cis. Ring means cis. So different. This different. Okay. So coupling thing will come later on. But from up to this understanding, you may consider, you may think the story based on this logic. Okay. So what we have learned today? First, we have learned today equivalence and non-equivalent proton. And second, what we have learned? It is not true that 2 proton attached to same carbon could be same or equivalent. It could be different based on the other functional group, and actually this difference comes because of the electronic environment in the 3D space, means through bond, through space. Okay. So this is the end of this discussion. If you really like my teaching, please mention in the comment box, and especially this is a new topic, a first video on this NMR spectroscopy. Please mention in the comment box whether it is helpful or not. So then I will try to modify my teaching as well as my study. So thank you again. If you really like my teaching, please subscribe my channel, make some good comments such that it inspires me. Please share this video among your friends and like the videos. So thank you again. Stay happy, stay blessed. See you in my next video.